So I'm side dressing today, filling up my second tank. And I get about 35 gallon a load. So it's just about full, and I'll head off and just right across the road. So yeah, it's kind of one of those jobs that just takes so much time. It just does, but it's good. Getting things done, and we got today and tomorrow yet before it's supposed to rain. Hoping to get a pretty good chunk of it knocked out. So I started a little after 9 this morning. Hoping to run till after 9 tonight, as long as things hold together on this thing. I don't have any breakdowns. So I figured it's about 2 hours. 2 hours to empty a load out. Hopefully get 5 or so loads in. 5 times 30, 150, 60 acres. That would be fantastic. So keep plugging away and see how much I can get done. One thing I don't like about this tank is it's hard to see, but right there is the fertilizer line. So I can see it pretty good. I can actually see it better on the camera than I can just looking at it. Which is kind of odd, but yeah, so it's 875 gallons clear full. I usually try to get at least 850 in. This side, can't see it at all, but so you just watch from this side and then race over and shut the pump off. Well, afternoon. So I'm doing some side dressing here, and this is a grain test plot. I don't know if you can tell there, but I think there's 6 rows of each variety. Think, corn's corn. It's all green, but no. You can see right over there, there's a color. It's a little bit different. I don't know if it's a leaf shape or a pigment or whatever it is, but it's kind of neat to do a test plot like this and see how different the color of the corn can really be. So how a test plot like this works, at least the way we do it, is we get a bunch of different seed from our dealership, or our dealers. Oh, so I'm trying to think. So this will be mostly decal. Let's see, it would be Bayer. Bayer's the new company. So we have a bunch. I think we have a bunch of decal varieties. There's some competitor, whatever that is. My cousin sells Beck, so that's in here too somewhere. I think there's some, maybe there might be some Brevant. I'm not sure. I know there's Brevant in the corn silage test plot. That's the BMR, the main BMR brand now. It used to be Mycogen. But yeah, so they give us the seed for free. We plant it. We keep track of all of it and where it is. After every pass, you clean the seed boxes out, and you put all the new variety in. And then once they're done, we just throw all the seed in the planter and plant it. They call that succotash. It's kind of a mixture. Well, that's kind of the nickname for it. We feed it as a high moisture corn, so we will grind it up, put it in the silo or on the ground in a pile, and we want it to ferment. So we want it should be at least 28% moisture. That way it will ferment correctly. The cows will break it down and use it better than if it was just and if it's a drier ground corn. All the corn that we grow feeds the cows. And if we're lucky enough to have enough corn to be able to put it in a bin, Well, that's going to be the last that's going to be dry enough anyway, or drier anyway. So we do have the capacity to dry corn, so it's not that big of a deal. So yeah, most of our corn is a little longer day of maturity, for those reasons, I suppose. Oh, the other thing about hybrids is, and I'm not real versed on all this, but there is varieties that will take, I believe, like a sandier soil or a blacker soil. I know that at some point I had heard that they were working on like a drought-resistant corn variety. I don't know if that's out or anything, but yeah, so there's lots of different stuff. But basically, as far as I know, besides maybe the BMR corn, which is a brown midrib, is a silage specific variety, which means you can't really combine it for corn. It has less lignin in it, I believe, or that helps hold the plant up, so it's more digestible, but to combine it really doesn't work. There are more flowery type hybrids where the grain is more flowery. I don't know, there's a bunch of different ones, but mostly it's kind of all, mostly ends up kind of mostly the same product. Alright, so this morning I lay in bed and I heard a little thumping outside. So what in the world? Somebody outside, or didn't know if my youngest was in a room awake, running around, or what it was. But what we had some heifers trying to go swinging on the swing set this morning. So they were in the sweet corn patch and everywhere else. They were just kind of all over the place. So let's go check out the sweet corn. I think they did a little damage on it. Okay, so this is on the middle of the sweet corn. Right here, they snapped this one off. So this one here will most likely die. If we look over here, cow stepped right there. Heifer did. Just bent it over, so I think that's going to be okay. We'll zoom in here. That one there is completely snapped off. So we really won't know the extent of the damage until a couple days to see what is dying or not. So they snapped those two off. So yeah, so they kind of had a heyday last night. Not real excited about that, but if you can see here, this one is completely gone. And the second row has a couple gone. Third row, fourth row, fifth row, all gone. So yes, this one here is completely snapped off. So this sweet corn has been growing very nice. Nice little patch, 12 rows of corn here. Last year we had 12 rows. I can't remember how long it is. It's not very big, but we had like 100 dozen out of it. Down here, they just kind of thinned it out a little bit. So, yep, it is what it is. So we'll see what we get out of the crop. Maybe we'll have bigger ears on the stalk since they're thinned out a little bit. So over in this area is the rest of our garden. You can see some footprints in here. I don't think it did a whole lot of damage. We got a few carrots growing over here, a few green beans, I believe, a lot of red beets, my row of onions here, and over on this side over here, there you go, right there. Really not sure quite what all that's going to be. It's all volunteer growing. It could be muskmelon, could be zucchini, cucumber.
We thought zucchini, cucumber, squash.
Could be a mix of everything.
Don't know what it is. And we got a row of cucumbers, zucchini, and squash over here. And down on the end is our peppers and tomatoes. Yes, I don't think the heifers damaged too much of that. So mostly the sweet corn.